Scots with soul. We'll build this network. Scots and soul. Build this network on Scots with soul. Yo, folks, what's happening? And welcome back to the Scots with Soul podcast. I'm COD8MYdog, and this week I'm with Captain Privilege. We've got weird camera positions, and I look much bigger than you, Privilege. You're just a wee head, whereas I'm like...
You're just being too kind to me, man. You've just avoided the elephant in the room that is my stunning shave that has somehow, for some reason, made me look more portly. It's the fucking camera that adds £10, mate. Trust me. Shitty iPhone cameras.
I don't think your shave looks all that bad. I think you just look normal, like a normal guy.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
You've been hiding behind that bumper for too long, son. I think that's what the problem is.
Hiding behind it, I wear like a fucking badge of honour, mate.
How you been anyway? It's been a while since we've had you on, man.
Good. But after Insomnia was the last time I was on, man. And it was a really good show that time, man. I really enjoyed it. And before that, with Walkerley.
And that's when we had the 5-person show, wasn't it? We had
and
5
you and me haven't been doing fucking on air since Hype CW's and its mid-hiatus break, but we'll get there. We'll get there soon, folks.
We'll get there. Aye. I suppose that's a good place to start, this Hype CW, and let people know what's going on with that while I've got you. We're currently working on Hype CW. It's taking a bit of time. There's a lot of different problems when you've got a whole bunch of different people having to come together, and that's what we're struggling with right now. We really, in a wee bit of hindsight, we should have delayed it more, because then we would have probably finished it.
Who's to say? Who's to say, Con?
Who's to say we would have?
The Hype CW planning team.
I think we should have delayed it. I definitely think we should have delayed the start until we finished it. So that's what we're going to be doing with season 2. We're going to get season 1 finished ASAP and out the way. Hopefully it'll be coming just before or just after Christmas. It'll be there, and then season 2 will be like August next year. But
like you say, there's loads of moving parts.
Well, if we say it's got to be August next year, we can always surprise people and give them it early. That's, do you know what I mean?
Parts, and I think folk can appreciate that to an extent. You know, we just need to get those moving parts nice and oiled up and greased up in the right positions. You know what I mean? So we can get it back on the ring, mate. You know what I mean? I'll save the puns for another show. Have you been doing anyway? What have you been up to?
But I've been doing
2-man show. I've never been on since it's a 2-man show.
I know, 2-man show. It's because we've been struggling to get people engaged with the podcast a wee bit as well. We kind of dropped the ball with like networking and that. I feel a wee bit like, because we've been focusing on other things like Hype CW and stuff. But I suppose in the next year we need to get back to that, the networking and getting more fresh faces on board, because that's what the podcast used to be about. It was about fresh faces coming on and introducing themselves to the network and stuff.
But it's been pretty good watching.
But the 2-man show's also been good.
Bouncing like that, I mean? And really getting to the type of conversations where you probably get so far into and then go, we'll have to phone. But you and him will just go like, let's actually spend some time on this. It's comfortable.
See, I do like the 2-man show. It's something that I think you could do. I think we could do this 2-man show like twice a week or something, and do the 4-man podcast on the Sunday night like we used to do.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? Like the 2-man show could be a wee bit shorter. We could just like kind of like catch up with a friend. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of show, and talk about what you're wanting to talk about and what's been interesting you, kind of like we do on the podcast. But did you see that Chaos Monkey and that have been taking part in a charity drive?
More.
Chaos Monkey and the Dukes are the 2 guys that are in the server. That's part of the charity drive. It's for Volunteer Glasgow. Arcade Glasgow are also taking part. So I'll just bring up Volunteer Glasgow's website.
That's banging, man. Shout out Chaos Monkey and Dukes, that's pretty cool. And shout out Arcade. Obviously, we went there a couple of times for the meetups. That was pretty banging.
Aye, Arcade's quality. Arcade in Glasgow's fucking quality.
That's what Chaos Monkey was shouting about before. I was like, mate, that'd be the best way to do it, honest. But you're talking, maybe know this side of 2019 anyway, you get what I mean? Well, it just depends.
Right, so let's have a wee look at this website then, right? There we go. Front page, volunteering whilst claiming benefits. Click here and updated. So you can volunteer while you're claiming benefits while you're at a job. So it's like when you go for a job, you're volunteering. So do you know what I mean? It's just a good thing. Like that's a good thing as well. For an unemployed person's point of view, and we know there's quite a lot of unemployed people in Glasgow. So that's good right off the bat there. But like, where's the sort of things that they do? Services. There we go. Elderly home visiting and daycare services. Support for carers, young carers, mentoring, young persons befriending services. So it's like you can volunteer. Like, I really like the fact that there's elderly home visiting and stuff there. I feel like a registered place. Do you know what I mean? Like, that isn't just paid carers, because like carers are good and stuff. They take carers. We know carers,
they work pretty
like,
fucking hard, man.
They take a lot to do
yeah,
with their
they work
climate.
hard at the same time.
They do. And they do look after them, but the carers can, because they're employed, they've got X amount of people that they need to see in a day. Whereas a volunteer can be there for however long they want to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's really cool. The befriending young people one as well. Like, as long as that's like they've got like younger volunteers. Do you know what I mean? So as it's not like, I don't like the idea of like being 40, like trying to relate to a 16-year-old. Like, that shit would be hard. Do you know what I mean? Just for the perspective of the big age difference. Do you know what I mean? So like it'd be good for, like, they probably do have a different range of volunteers and ages. So like maybe a 17-year-old volunteer, and then there's somebody that's 16 who's been bullied at school or whatever. You know the scenario. And can get their confidence in that up. So
I think, especially the fact that they're offering like mentoring in these sort of areas as well, it gives you the first start to do. So what exactly are Dukes and Monkey doing? Are they raising money for this, or right?
Aye, they're raising money pretty much the same way we done it for Game
That's
Blast.
cool,
It
man.
seems.
That's really cool.
They've got some videos and that on. I thought there would be some stories, like printed stories, but there's some volunteer stories where, like, on their YouTube stuff, on their YouTube and that. 2 seconds, we'll check and see if there's like a short video that we can check. There's a minute 2:40. Young persons befriending. There you go. Show that one. See what that's all about, because that's the one that I don't.
People can really benefit from the support of a volunteer befriender. Somebody who can help them build their confidence, their resilience, and their self-esteem.
So the Young Persons Befriending Service is a service that helps young people who maybe aren't getting out a lot to go out and experience new things with a befriender. So it's for ages between 8 and 18, and you go out and you do lots of things. For us, we do baking and we go to cinema, swimming, all sorts.
Today we've just come to the park, to Victoria Park. So we're doing a variety of things. Football, got the pond, we'll walk around here.
I scooted all the way around there.
You went all the way around there, pretty fast, may I add. Left me in your dust. And then, maybe, undecided yet, we might go and get a milkshake to finish off the day.
Volunteer Glasgow take quite a while to make sure that you're matched with someone who is similar to you and has the same interests, so that the match can last as long as possible and it's really successful as well. So Mackenzie made a list, and then I made a little list of the things that I was interested in.
And pictures.
And pictures. We drew pictures for each other before we met as well. So we had a little idea of what we were like, and then we saw that we had a lot in common, and then the match went forward from there.
Yeah.
A couple of friends of mine are social workers, and they told me about this scheme. It's always looking for people. Spoke to Volunteer Glasgow, they all seemed nice, they told me about it, and then you come in for 3 days of training, and it's spread over 3 Saturdays, came in, and then at that point I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
I started doing the befriending because I was at uni, and I was looking for some experience working with young people, but since then I've actually graduated, and I'm still intended to keep up with the befriending experience. I think that shows how mutually beneficial it is, that it's not just Mackenzie who benefits from the outings, and it's really enjoyable for me as well.
If you think you could be a young person's befriender and would like to be involved, or if you could support our service in a different way, then please get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.
There you go, that was actually pretty good. Did you see that, Privilege?
It was a trailer, I could hear it, I heard a wee bit.
Hear it? Aye, it's pretty good. It seems pretty
Describe
good.
it back to me in detail, start to finish.
there was two different scenarios there. You had the young girl that had like an older girl, and the older girl was at university. She looked as if she was about 25 or 26, and she was at university. She's obviously doing stuff at university where she's going to go into care for young people and stuff. So she was looking for experience working with young people, and it really looks like to me what I got the feeling there was like, if you're like an only child and you've always wanted a big brother or a big sister, this is sort of that it gives that sort of experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got two younger brothers, right? I've got two older brothers, but they were from a different mother, so I didn't grow up with two older brothers, and it was one of those things that I always yearned for. And when James moved in across the street from me, he was 15, I was 9, and I really latched onto him, and we became, like, people think we're cousins now, and, like, we've got, like, a sort of brotherly relationship, so, like, that's what I got a feel after for the second one. There was a younger boy, cutting about with a Rangers tap on and that. Younger boy, and then there's an older guy, and he looked about 24 or 25 as well. And it really looked like the two of them were only childs to me. Do you know what I mean? One was always longed for like a younger brother, and the wee guys always wanted a big brother, and it filled that gap. So like, that's really good. Like, that's the one that didn't make sense to me, was the young befriending service, because obviously, like, but when I was watching that, that's what I got for that there. That's what fucking James gave me. Do you know what I mean? He gave me that befriending service when he was fucking
That's awesome,
younger.
man.
So it done me a lot of good. So aye. That is a really good website. Good on you, Chaos Monkey, Jukes Arcade. Who's the other ones that he said was taking part? Shoxy was taking part. And I forget the other names.
If they listen, or when we hit them up in the Discord anyway, we'll let them ken, and we'll, you know what I mean? Obviously, we'll try and plug it and push it. Let everyone know. Try and jump in, you know what I mean? Help support them as much as we can.
I wish I knew about it beforehand and I'd have fucking
Do you know what day it is? Or?
It's just this weekend, I think. So it's this is the last day, aye. As far as I know. I only found about it today when Chaos Monkey was talking about it, do you know what I mean? So I didn't have a lot of time. I had to quickly research as much as I could in the time that I had. But aye, we'll move on to our next subject. We've got China's war on gaming continues as they put a curfew on under 18s.
The C word.
We have
fucking
the
hell,
Trend
man.
Micro.
That's the World of Warcraft account.
We have the Trend Micro thing. Blitzchung, or the Japanese companies saying that their females shouldn't be wearing glasses. What?
Go to BlitzCon.
Let's talk. Go to Blitzchung one. Right, cool. So the Blitzchung saga continues as the Overwatch director joins the debate. He wants to see the punishment reduced or eliminated. I mean, like, so do I. I mean, your political views are your own political views. Do you know what I mean? You should be like, it's free speech, you know that. But do you know what I mean? But the main thing for me is, like, see, like, I'm gonna do it again, right? Privilege. See, if China don't like fucking people having free speech, that's their bad. Do you know what I mean? See, for for other like a Western company like Blizzard, it is Blizzard, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Aye, so for a Western company like Blizzard to come out and back their views, like, it's a bit of a don't back up China.
I'm really, like,
do you know what I mean?
Really
don't do that.
A couple of things, like the non-apology that they came out with at BlizzCon, basically saying, "We'll get it right next time. We fuck up, guys." It was like, what? Like, hold on, what? Did you just? I don't know what's going on now. How are you going? We're okay if everyone expressing themselves, and we believe in freedom of expression, except the live chat feed was shut to BlizzCon. So I'm really pissed off that everyone's shouting.
Aye, because they shut it off, didn't they?
Somebody should have rocked up with a Winnie the Pooh full-on cosplay and just went for it, man. No YouTubers thought that'd be a good idea.
I know, yeah. You think that fucking there's that amount of YouTubers in that tiny wee space, and nobody had a Winnie the Pooh one.
They just had like one, like, even just like a cool Winnie the Pooh helmet underneath their cosplay helmet. And then right as they get on stage, you whap it off for the big reveal, kind of full Darth Vader or something. It just pulls it off. Oh, father.
Just that sentence there, whap it off for the big reveal. Quote marks.
That's it.
Doink.
That's quote. Fucking yes.
But right, I'll read a wee bit of this article, right, and we'll get into this. So, when Hearthstone Grandmaster Chung Blitzchung called for the liberation of Hong Kong during a post-match interview in October. Blizzard's reaction was harsh: a year-long suspension from pro play, demotion from Grandmasters, and a loss of all his season's 2 winnings. Blizzard's eventually eased up a bit. They eventually eased up a bit, reducing the suspension from a year to 6 months and reinstating his winnings, but it was still a very serious penalty for one of the best Hearthstone pros in the world. It's like I don't like how they like. This has got to lead on to another subject we've got later on, right? But I really don't like how this here. It's like, but he's one of the best at Hearthstone in the world. If you're gonna punish him, he doesn't like be lighter on him. Like, fuck you, like that doesn't need to be in there.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, at the end of the day,
but it was still a very serious penalty. Full stop. This, for one of the best Hearthstone pros in the world, is not needed. Just fucking right. I'm going to read past it. Right, we're getting past it. We're moving past it. One very surprising critic of Blizzard's handling of the situation is Jeff Kaplan, the high-profile director of Blizzard's team-based FPS Overwatch. Kaplan told the Washington Post that he was relieved when Blizzard reduced Blitzchung's suspension, and furthermore, he thinks it should be reduced more or even eliminated. I'm obviously a huge supporter of free speech. It's something that's very important to me, Kaplan said. It got to me personally. I think the punishment was too harsh, and I was greatly relieved when they gave him his money back. I think that was extremely important. Like taking the guy's money off him, do you know what I mean? Or you have certain political views, you don't get paid.
It's one way to look at it in the sense of, right, if you've signed up to be a pro player and somewhere in the TOS it says don't start your shit with any sort of political nonsense, that's fair enough, right? But even at that, bro,
it probably does.
It's the fact that it's such a small thing,
right? But
it was handled so poorly, and the fact that we're backtracking it, but we're not fully backtracking it. Like, no, backtrack it or don't backtrack it. Do you know what I mean? Stand by your shit, bruh. Don't come out of BlizzCon and give a bullshit half-assed apology. And but this is a really weird thing, because this is setting a precedent. You've got to think about the fact that, like, the entertainment industry at large has kind of somewhat been censoring going into the Chinese market. You've heard about films and even some games having to just change a few scenes here and there, artistic license, so that it can be released in the Chinese market. Because in actuality, the blockbuster market for films it relies on the fucking Chinese market. So then, when you where there's a possibility for these people to actively be dictating what will be made, because, well, let's face it, if there's less time us having to spend censoring ourselves there, you know, and then companies like this, how much are they going to keep bending the knee, so to speak? It's an interesting time.
It's like I really don't like that they're bending the knee though. But see, when it comes down to money, that's capitalism. Do you know what I mean? But like,
it's weird that
I don't think companies should favour any government. I don't think they should back up any government. Do you know what I mean? Especially big popular gaming companies. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got so much clout that they shouldn't be doing that. It's the same. It's the same with all political debates. Do you know what I mean? See, if you're like a company or something, just stay the fuck out, please.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you'd hope that sort of stuff would be left out of your entertainment. It's a fucking game,
like,
guys.
Employees that said company,
it's a game, at the very least.
Mm-hmm. It's a game, and what's happening in Hong Kong is most definitely not.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Kaplan said he and most of the Overwatch team weren't aware of the situation until it began to appear on news sites, and he thinks it was handled way too quickly. He's regularly involved in determining bans and suspensions for Overwatch League players who break the rules. He said, and the process of determining punishment usually takes 4 to 5 days. And it was really done really quick with the Blitzchung thing, wasn't it? It was done within like a matter of hours. There was always a group of us involved in deciding what the punishment should be, and we should what would heavily devil's advocate every part of the decision. So I was actually shocked that such a harsh penalty was levied, he said. It's an unexpected stance from someone who may be Blizzard's most high-profile developer, but Kaplan also emphasised that he was speaking solely for himself, and that other Blizzard personnel may feel differently. I think as individuals we all have different feelings about what happened in regards to the Hearthstone tournament in Blitzchung. There's a lot of very different reaction among all of us. That's a good point, do you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what we were talking about. You should keep the fucking companies at it. Like, if you've got an opinion, it's your opinion, and you need to own that shit. So well done for saying that at the same time, Big Jeff.
I just like
Jeff,
it could have been handled so much simpler. Like, how you cut that shit right now, all right? Fair dues, you got away with saying it this time, but don't fucking do it again, man. You've been warned. Do you know what I mean? That shit could affect our business over there. That's the bottom line. It's in the TOS. It's in the TOS. You've been warned, right? You know, we all know what's going on here.
Written warning or some shit.
Warned fairly.
Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Bad boy.
The Chinese masters shall not have it that way.
But they fucking took his money off him.
That's a fucking Trumpian geezer. Take their jackets, that sort of banner. Okay, I mean, kick him while he's down. Kick him while he's down. Click.
But I do think that leads on pretty perfectly to our second subject tonight, which is
your favourite.
The whole fucking. It's the whole fucking
it's your
ninja,
favourite.
Man. Fucking, like, it's triggered me earlier, big time, man, like, pure proper big time. Right, Ninja says FaZe Jarvis shouldn't be permabanned from Fortnite, right? Fuck no, says FaZe Jarvis is, right, but he's been permabanned for Fortnite.
Jarvis,
the famed
the FaZe clan, obviously, he's famous. Because it says FaZe, man.
Fuck, I don't know. Right, the famed Fortnite streamer said high-profile content creators should be handled differently than everyday players. Prick. Back to the fucking, like, honestly, man, like, no, they shouldn't. What makes you different? Do you know what I mean?
It's KD ratio.
Fortnite Pro and I fucking shove it up your arse, too. And streamer FaZe Jarvis was pasted with a permanent ban from the game last weekend for using an aimbot in the solos battle royale mode. He was using the aimbot. Bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was just fucking aimbot. He was only using it to make a YouTube
video to show what happens when you do. And apparently what happens is you get a lifetime fucking ban and cry about it.
There you go. That is absolute perfect journalism. Consider yourself a fucking journalist now. There you go, boom. You done perfect journalism. Fucking mint it. You're banned for a year though. Deal with it. We'll play another game if you're really good. Use an aimbot in it too. Fucking prick. He was banned for using an aimbot in solos battle royale mode. By all appearances, he was just dicking around. He made no effort to hide the cheating, and the fact he made a video about it. But rules is rules, as they say, and Epic was very clear that it is a zero tolerance policy when it comes to cheating. It's like, oh, but I was making a YouTube video, it's a funny YouTube. No, mate, you were fucking cheating. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't walk into a shop with a gun like, I'm robbing this place, it's alright, but I've told you about it, it's alright, it's not really, it's a YouTube video, it's alright. You
walk about with a big YouTube
fuck off,
badge like you're some sort of fucking sheriff, just bullying the town and shit.
If you set that precedent, it's alright to do it, make a YouTube video, then everybody can make a YouTube video, and I was recording a YouTube video, do you know what I mean? You're going to get videos of, like, phone recorded on the screen as somebody's fucking aimbotting. Oh, it was for a YouTube video. Oh, but FaZe Jarvis got away with it. And see, as soon as that starts happening, you can't get these people into trouble because FaZe Jarvis did get away with it. But he didn't, do you know what I mean? Like, but if Ninja gets his way and FaZe Jarvis did get away with it, then do you know what I mean? Anybody can make a YouTube channel, Ninja. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it's a weird one. The only saving grace of what I think he's maybe saying is that I personally look at the bigger YouTubers and the way folk attack them by going, oh, you've got a bigger audience, so you should think this, that. And you're like, right, yeah, they maybe should, but not everybody does. And if that's still their fucking aim in life is to cultivate this following to be a certain way or type, then that's one fucking subsection of it, you know what I mean? But then when you're talking about actually the way you treat them when it comes to punishment, yeah, I mean, same thing with fucking, what's his boss? Dr. Disrespect. When he went into the toilets and shit.
I don't...
Could have went to fucking jail for that shit, or at least a bit of a fight.
Yeah.
You know? Technically, should have been banned from TwitchCon for life or what have you. But I think that's weird because there's Jarvis got a heftier punishment, a lifetime ban, than fucking Blizzchung.
No, he's only
Exactly,
banned for a
Blizzchung's
year.
only banned for a year, but Jarvis is banned for life. Oh,
No,
he got a
he's banned
lifetime
for a
ban.
year.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a perma
ban from the game. So it is.
And he made his YouTube out of the fucking out of Fortnite. So they pretty much just went, that's you done. Go play another game. Bye.
But he knew that aimbotting was
That's
cheating.
true.
Do you know what I
Mate,
mean?
did you know
It's
he's a
like you
apology?
can't. That's not.
Sitting there greeting. He's like 17.
Well, I'll read
and
more,
he's
right? Because
crying,
it's
bro.
probably
like, oh,
probably
shit.
covers it. It's a heavy penalty for a guy whose career relies on the game. Too heavy, in the opinion of Fortnite mega streamer Tyler Ninja Blevins, speaking during a recent stream session clipped by Daily Clip Central. Blevins said that Ninja said that Jarvis's status as a high-profile content creator should entitle him to considerations and modified penalties not offered to typical players. Now that is a journalist's assessment of it. That is a journalist's assessment of what Ninja says in order for him to be able to print an article, right? But then he puts in the fucking quote marks what Ninja said, because if he didn't put it in quote marks, he wouldn't have been able to print the fucking article. This is this is quote for Ninja, right? There's a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of followers, who gets banned from what literally makes him money, and some kid who's just a piece of shit who has absolutely zero following, has zero money that comes from Fortnite, from gaming and hacks. Ooh. Ninja said, some kid who is just a piece of shit with absolutely zero following. It's like, I only see one piece of shit here. Like, for fuck's sake, man. Then another quote, right? You ban that kid, nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him. Nothing happens. Oh no, he can't cheat anymore. You ban Jarvis. It's different. The stakes are different. It should be handled a little bit differently. No, it shouldn't. Oh, Jarvis makes money for the game. Well, see, Jarvis, it should be a life lesson for a 17-year-old. See what makes you money. Don't fuck it up by fucking cheating and breaking the rules, because cunts get sacked for that shit.
You know, if
you know what I mean?
Went to Epic and went, right, I want to do a video about aimbots. They'd have went, right, sound, but as long as we just make it clear that aimbot's shit and it makes the game shit. Cool, bro. Right, we'll let you play a bit in this server with aimbots on, and we can do a campaign together, do a sponsored video together.
Is there private matches in Fortnite?
Aye, you can have just like...
Right, okay, if there's private matches in Fortnite, surely Jarvis is the kind of guy, if he's that popular, a fucking streamer, he's the kind of guy who can say, I'm going to make an aimbotting video, let's fill up a fucking private room with 100 people. Boom! 100 people that know they're getting aimbotted and aren't going to report him because he's doing it for a funny YouTube video. No rules are broken because everybody agreed to it. No, Jarvis, you don't get halfway it. Just shut up, deal with your ban, go play another game, because you're obviously good at a game, you're obviously really fucking good that you managed to get that popular on one single game. Go play another one, because you fucked this one up. Simple as that. I'm fucking done with it.
Do you tell that
do you know what I mean? Like,
kid, Ninja. Oh wait, sorry.
Well, it was that triggered me, but it was that triggered me. Some kid who is just a piece of shit with absolutely zero following. Like, oh aye, because he's not a human being too, you fucking pleb. Do you know what I mean? Like, holy shit, man. Brings me back to fucking Insomnia when I kicked that fucking bin halfway across the fucking yard. Oh, but we'll not get into that either. Oh my god, man. Piece of shit kid with absolutely zero.
That is some heavy shit, though. That's some heavy shit.
Fucking. I suppose.
Have you seen some of the compilations that has screaming at kids and all that, man? Some of his shit was just like, whoa, before he saw Mr. Tyler Blevins.
I don't watch Fortnite streams.
Tyler Blevins, you know. But back when he was Ninja,
aye, when he does something wrong, he's Tyler Blevins.
Aye, screaming and barking like a dog, doing this headset. Screaming at some kid that's just like total fucking trolling him, man. Just like, piece of shit. You're just like, what the mate? You sound like a fucking animal. It's insane,
it's ridiculous,
bro. But that's
it's ridiculous.
Streaming, man. That's just designed to get your blood to boil, like. It's good fun.
Right, okay. We'll read a wee bit more, right. Ninja emphasised that he doesn't think Jarvis should get off scot-free, but rather than a permanent ban, he suggested that a suspension in the range of 3 months to a year is more appropriate. He's still, this is a quote, he's still super young, I think it's just a stupid kid making a stupid decision. Didn't really fully think about it. It wasn't in a tournament. It wasn't in the Cash Cup. It wasn't anything like that. But back, I refer you to my singular point that I just said there. He's super, like, and I take on what he says there, like, he's still super young. Aye, he is, he's still super young. Do you know what I mean? We've all been sacked, well, maybe we've not all been sacked, but I've been sacked for a couple of jobs for stupid, daft reasons when I was young. Do you know what I mean? Like, you learn that that's a stupid, daft reason that you got sacked for. You don't learn that you can get off with it because you've got thousands of followers or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking, what is it? It's like, it's for like YouTubers. It's like I'm telling my mum. It's like I'm telling my followers.
Well, I mean, he took it on the chin to be fair with his apology. He was like, it was me, a fucking stupid mistake. I shouldn't have done it. But at the same time, you're like, well, it's a fresh start, kid. You know, now the heat is on. Were you actually that good and entertaining, or was it just because you were playing Fortnite at the right time? Go pick up something else and see if you can do it, man.
Everybody else does. Just put a luchador mask on and make a new account and come back as Lucha.
Phase Lucha.
What's his name? Phase Lucha. There you go, man. Fucking, who's this new guy? Fucking hell. Is that not what the kids always do? Oh, I've been banned. That's cool. I'll just get a VPN and make a new account. Bam.
True. I can get the corona now. That's it. On the case.
I know. But see, at the same time, it's like, see if you're super famous and you're going to get caught cheating and they don't do anything about it, they're pretty much saying, it's fine to cheat in our game, by the way.
You're co-signing it.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, for Epic, like,
everybody else gets a lifetime ban, so like, fuck it. Yeet.
I'm also, like, Ninja did make a bit of a point. It's like, why the perma? Like,
it's the ban hammer of death.
For cheating once, it's the ban hammer of death. Like, maybe they, like, would they give a perma ban to just anybody who get caught aimbotting?
I think they do, aye. If they fucking film themselves and stream it. YouTube it to their thousands
I know.
I fucking think they do it.
See when you really think about it, but it's deserved.
Like you said,
do you know what I mean?
Cheating's
it's
bro.
Fucking deserved. It's aye. Like, I was cheating in Fortnite.
Get it up, you. Channel. If you'd have been a smaller fucking channel, you would have had another account. VPN, like you said, done. No harm, no foul. But no, it's like, no, man.
It's because he has got a massive footprint. It's because he is popular that he's been caught as hard as he's been caught. Aye, you're totally right. Let's just address like why Viper's not here tonight. Viper is not here tonight because he's doing a D&D session, if I'm not wrong. Like they're doing recorded sessions at their Lions Table for their YouTube channel, and I think they're doing two recording sessions today. They were meant to be doing one, and then Viper was supposed to be coming here, but Killy's away on another one of his work trips.
Yeah,
fucking work trips. Killy
and
those
work trips, man. Holiday.
But aye, so they're recording a double recording stint, if I'm not wrong, and that's why Viper's not here. He'll be back next week, and I don't have to talk to Privilege anymore. in his shitty bumfluff shave.
Fucking precision.
But aye, we'll go to our next subject. Talking about VPNs and like internet security and stuff like that. Did you see that? I didn't even know that Trend Micro was a fucking antivirus company, but apparently there's an antivirus company called Trend Micro, and one of their employees literally stole 68,000 customers' data and sold it to scammers. Like, so Trend Micro issued an apology for former employee who, while working at the firm, improperly accessed data with clear criminal intent. The unnamed individual later sold... I'd name the individual, totally. The unnamed individual sold the data to scammers who have been calling customers under guise of being support agents from the antivirus firm. So if you've heard of Trend Micro, or you know anybody that uses Trend Micro as their antivirus, and they've did somebody on the phone, make sure you phone Trend Micro back. Make sure it was legit, because that's fucking... That's horrible, man.
Google the number. Like, always just take a number and Google it or what the fuck ever, you know what I mean? I actually look into them.
Like, it's an element in internet security that you like. is overlooked, ain't it? When you're buying like internet security, you're like, oh, I'm going to go with like say AVG or like Trend Micro
Norton
or
or
some
some
other
shit.
like, antivirus stuff, Norton or something, and you're thinking, oh, they've got quite a good reputation. Their program's pretty good. But what happens if do you know what I mean? They've fucking just employed some cunt. Do you know what I mean? That's
What a dick,
got
though,
past
eh?
the interview stage.
What a weirdo,
I
eh?
know. What a dick.
I'm not going to do this to the comfort of my own home when I kind of get caught. I'm going to go do it in the one place I'll probably get caught.
But see,
live like a
it's
king till I got
probably
caught,
like
though,
it
eh?
makes. They say that we quote at the end, we hold ourselves at a higher level of accountability and sincerely apologise to all impacted customers for the situation. Based on current status of our investigation, we believe that all of our customers who were potentially affected have already received individual notices from Trend Micro, but we will continue to investigate and provide further notices in the event that any further affected customers are identified. But it makes sense to me, like, that sounds like like some sort of scamming syndicate's managed to get somebody through an interview process at an antivirus company. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's something like I didn't even know shit like that existed. Fucking, there is some bad.
It's not even worth thinking about, man. It's like when you, what the old adage, like the more security you've got in your shit, the more likely you're to get hacked because they're going to go, why you got all that security? You know, but then there's something as simple as classic scam emails. I'm hearing a bunch of like YouTubers accounts and just fucking influencers have been losing their entire accounts because they've been getting touched with by a so-called fucking sponsor, and it's not a sponsor, and they just fucking take over their shit, yeet all their accounts.
So like,
sell off the YouTube channels and shit.
Stuff, man. That, like, there's a lot of YouTube channels and stuff like that now that they'll go, oh, this video has been sponsored by like NordVPN,
like NordVPN got hacked.
Like, these companies are susceptible to it as well. But it's like seeing less, and you only really need it if you're like a big streamer or something like that. So it's like, you've got that extra level of security. Like, see what they're talking about. A VPN, you're going through an encoded tunnel. See when you go into like a YouTube page, just any YouTube fucking page or any Google page. Like, if I just type in Google the now, right? You go to Google and fucking, it literally, I don't know, I fucking didn't type in the box. I'll just bring up one of the links again, right? Links for PC Gamer. So see the wee padlock up here? That means you're encoded and you're going through a VPN to their server. Do you know, that's what that padlock means. So you don't need a VPN if you're just a normal internet consumer. Now, there is some websites, like one website I used earlier, that you might need if you're using if you've not got a VPN. Where is it? The Volunteer Glasgow website. It says it up the top in quite bold letters, not secure. It doesn't have a password. Do you know what I mean? So, like, your details and stuff, if you like put details into that website without a VPN, it's not going to happen for your normal PC. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no somebody sitting outside jacking your Wi-Fi connection. It's like if you're sitting in a public place, like you use your Wi-Fi in McDonald's or something, you're a businessman on the go, or you use internet on the go. Don't use internets like that say not secure unless you've got a VPN to secure those websites. But see, websites like Google and like PC Gamer, like I showed, they're perfectly fine to use in a public setting as well because they're padlocked, they're secure. Do you know what I mean?
I was doing it meant it was
like
secured, but I didn't think it was literally a VPN.
That's a VPN that's going through, aye. Like, that's literally what's happening there. That's the secure tunnel that they talk about in the VPN shit. But Stubbs is here and he says Trends Micro isn't one he'd recommend. PC would probably do though, but they recommend McAfee, so it doesn't say much. Best antivirus is Common Sense. Very true. Or you can just get Bitdefender. NordVPN wasn't their fault really, was the data center. Uses VPN, still uses Google, totally undoing all their work. Exactly. It's still an issue as any other website. The not secure notification just means they haven't given a key. Most small sites don't. Right, okay, so it's still more secure than I thought it was. There you go. But you know what I mean? It just shows you we're not really clued up on the internet security. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people on this clued up on the internet security. They're just like, oh, I've got passwords for shit. Do you know what I mean? And they think they're secure and stuff.
I got my free trial. Avast.
Because there is a few YouTubers that are coming out the other way, and they're saying like, they're also saying that they're not attacking people who have accepted like sponsorships with VPN and stuff, but they are saying like people are pointing out this a lot. Do you know what I mean? That the internet is secure. Do you know what I mean? There is parts of the internet that aren't secure. Of course there is. Do you know what I mean? But like Stubbs says in the chat there, it's common sense when you go somewhere like that it's not secure. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know where you're going if you're going to a dank website or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You know what you're doing.
Filthmonger, you.
Do you know what I mean? But that fucking that padlock up the top, man. If that padlock's on your URL bar, you're pretty much fucking good to go.
That's
do you
it.
know
The
what I mean?
padlock's not there, man. You're just a shameful human being. You should get off that site right now, unless it's for the charity.
When it comes to Chromium-based web browsers, aka most of them, it will stop giving you a warning if something is wrong. Click the ads on the side of porn and you might have issues. Aye. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You click those porn ads, you're having problems. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like, aye, everybody knows that. Oh, yes, you do. You filthy human being. Right. Next subject.
Don't you fucking humanise me, alright?
Talking about humanisation and fucking shit like that. You said you were talking about it on your podcast too, this subject, about the Japanese businesses saying to their female employees that they're not allowed to wear glasses at work.
They're trying
they
to
shouldn't
fight
wear
for
glasses
the
at
right
work.
to wear glasses. Because in certain companies, there's, what is it they called it? It was like a beautification clause that meant they're all having to wear contacts if they need fucking prescription. So it's a forced fucking contact lenses. Because if you wear glasses, you ugly.
I don't think it's quite forced. I don't think it's quite forced. But Japanese businesses are telling women not to wear glasses to be more appealing. Following the sexist demands that women wear high heels and makeup to work, the Japanese businesses are now instructing them not to wear glasses. The younger generations aren't having it. There's a bird with no glasses on and some trainers like that, yes. Yumi Ishikawa, leader of the COD8 movement, who is working to help advocate the glasses ban in Japan. Eradicate, not advocate. I was like, she's advocating? It doesn't look like she's advocating it. COD8. That's what it says. COD8.
Right?
If I've butchered the pronunciation, no, COD8, man. That's what it says here. Hashtag COD8 movement. You'll find that on Twitter. Women are familiar with being told to smile, to cheer up, to follow countless other instructions that men dump on them. According to Bloomberg, several Japanese businesses are now telling them not to wear glasses in fear of detracting customers, sparking outrage. The hashtag glasses ban hashtag began trending on Wednesday after Japan's Nippon TV informed the nation of companies demanding female employees opt for contact lenses instead. One user explained she was coerced to do so while recovering from painful eye infection. That's fucking bang out of order, man. And that's bang out, man.
For all the SCW crap you hear over in the Western world, there's still wee daft things. Really daft, not extreme, but as far as levels can go. But that's fucking daft, bro. No, you look better with glasses.
It's like she's got a fucking...
What?
What about librarians, Estevarius says?
The fucking eyes, bro.
Mate, that Estevarius, that leads on to the point that I was going to say. Like, see a chick with glasses on? I find that hella sexy.
Specs appeal.
I also find it like you've got specs appeal. You've got, but I like a woman with glasses on, and like see even like as just somebody with glasses on as well. They seem more approachable. They seem as if they're going to be more open to talking to you. I don't know what it is. It's like intelligent people wear glasses. There's that stereotype. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose the association you use your fucking eyes more, so you read more, so you strain more, you pay more attention. I don't know. There's all sorts of connotations about that. But
I'm trying to stay away from the porn stubs. I know I said hella sexy, right? But try to stay away from the porn, right? I was going to make a joke there, but I just decided
not November. Oh, sorry, I had no idea. Mate,
Another said her former employee explained that customers didn't find glasses appealing. These are not rare occurrences, according to Quartz. Major retail chains claim females in glasses give off a cold impression. What? I don't get that. The emphasis on appearances often on young women and wanting them to look.
Line's missing. It's like exactly what's been said.
The emphasis on appearances often on young women and wanting them to look feminine. Young women do look feminine. They're fucking women. And Barney Yanagi, a 40-year-old sales associate at Tokyo's life insurer. It's strange to allow men to wear glasses but not women. It's like, see, in 2019. In 2019, do you know what I mean? It's like, come on. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of the whole men and women difference thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it's pretty gross.
Really
like I said, it's petty things like this. It's a petty thing. Making them wear heels and skirts and that. It's just another excuse to kind of assert some kind of bullshit cultural dominance that fucking really does nothing for anyone other than sexually frustrate folk in the workplace. Probably more so.
But Japan is the country that the geisha came from. Do you know what I mean? Where they would literally have women crush their fucking feet for hundreds.
You know what I mean?
For hundreds of years, they would. This is that culture. Do you know what I mean? Like it's still Japan. Do you know what I mean? Like they're trying their best. Do you know what I mean? Like
probably go find a schoolgirl panty vending machine. But how dare these fucking women wear glasses? Come on, bro. Fucking.
I know. Don't wear glasses. How much is your bathwater? Do you know what I mean? Like fucking.
Straight up, man. Yeah, go fucking worship an idol at the weekend. Like what?
What about the guy walking about with glasses, long jacket, and shitty moustache, cutting about outside a primary school? Is he more approachable? No, Stubbs, he is definitely not more approachable. Like he can wear glasses, he can wear anything he wants, but he's got a trench coat and he's cutting about outside
and
a fucking
no
primary
socks
school. No, that man is not approachable. That is fucking. They might as well have a fucking like a leather these long trench coats say stranger danger on the back of it. Do you know what I mean? Like holy shit.
Oh my god, man.
Aye. The prohibition on glasses for Japanese saleswomen is just the latest controversy related to corporate dress codes. It was only a few months ago that women protested the demands that they wear makeup to work. On top of that, the COD8 movement, yes, COD8 movement, right? I know we're Scottish and coup and all that, right? But that's not what's happening here. COD8MYdog movement earlier this year fought against rules requiring women to wear high heels. Like, I've always thought that, right? Like, why do women, like, wear high heels to work?
But there's a choice, though. There's definitely a choice. And literally, you need to wear them, man. You need to wear something that makes your ass sticker. Go wear it now. Do it now. Wear it work. Dress provocatively.
I just don't like high heels. I don't like high heels, man. They just make people look uncomfortable, man. They really do. You're
not
at the
supposed
dancing,
to be wearing
man.
them,
There's this
bro.
bird dancing in high heels,
not for you, bro.
and you're like, no. I mean, I don't. That's not why I don't like them. I mean, they make people look genuinely uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like people walking about like in their high heels,
woman
people
walking
look more
in
uncomfortable. Do you know high heels? High heels were originally a male thing.
Yeah,
males wore them for fucking heeled boots and shit. It was to put in your in your stirrup, so as you could have a grip in your stirrup. It was a thing for males, and then males used to wear them. Like the most famous one to wear high heels was King Louis XIV of France because he was tiny. He was a tiny wee cunt, and he wore big massive high heels because he was big. Yeah. So as everybody else, and he was the one who made high heels fashionable because he was King Louis. He was the one who built Versailles. He made high heels fashionable. Men wore them as fashion and shit like that. And then men stopped riding horses because motors and shit like that. And they became a women's thing. So High heels might be for me, mate. I might look fucking damn good in them. You talking about?
Yeah, I'm sure you're as fucking smooth as DiCaprio and fucking what's his name, Romeo and Juliet.
Stubbs says he still wears them on the weekend as well. See?
Hey, I
See?
don't judge,
Do
mate.
you know
I'm
what I
just
mean?
saying.
It's like...
You're obviously not got the right fucking shoe shop.
But they do make people look hella uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? They do. Like, a drunk lassie in high heels, you're like, ah, fucking hell, how off balance are you, man? You're that off balance, you're walking straight. Your fucking drunk balance is counteracting your high heel balance. Your high heels are trying to send you to the left, and your drunkenness trying to send you to the right, and you're like fucking
It's like a
straight as a die.
tipsy
Is that how they
giraffe,
do it?
man, honestly.
Tipsy giraffe.
At any moment here, the ankles could be getting it.
But right, we'll finish after this article, right? Sparked by actor and writer Yumi Ishikawa, the hashtag Q2 clearly plays on the Me Too movement, which has been gaining ground in Japan since 2018. To distinguish the new movement as clothing centric, the team uses the Japanese words for shoe, kutsu, and pain, kutsu. Basically the same word, except that there's an extra U on the end of it. To review, female Japanese professionals have now been told to wear makeup and high heels and ditch their glasses. If wearing glasses is a real problem at work, it should be banned for everyone, men and women, end quote, said Ishikawa. Whose petition to sink the requirement to wear high heels has gained over 31,000 signatures. This problem with glasses is the exact same as high heels. It's only a rule for female workers, and she's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to going to work, there should be a dress code, and that should be adhered to by everyone. Do you know
Pretty
what I mean?
weird.
Like,
It's like your old Catholic schools and shit, where they'll still have the Catholic girls and skirts and that. You know, that sort of thing still goes over here to an extent. Place, man, that's odd.
Aye, you're right.
And
But
that's
it's
religious.
It's the sort of thing where, like, the fucking guys in Japan should totally fucking step up and come into work with their fucking high heels and their makeup and their glasses on Monday. See what happens. Solidarity, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, let's see what happens.
The
do you know
CEOs
what I mean? Like,
would literally
give
just
these people something to point
ascend
at.
from the top fucking floor down the elevator with a bunch of fucking Bushido knives and just like commit fucking seppuku right now, everyone.
Commit seppuku in front of every cunt.
You know?
But aye, like, that's my opinion on it. The guys should totally fucking step up and just pure walk into work with their high heels and that on. Get a wee bit of makeup
I
and
don't
that on,
think
do you know what I
about
mean? Like,
the culture, like other cultures getting totally fucking overly westernized, but when you look at that sort of thing, it's like, bro, really? Like, really? Can we just get past the wee things like that? That's
I know.
petty.
I know, it's like, I just don't get it. Why do women have to be attractive all the time?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell, man.
It's
Let
like a
them have
fucking
the hook.
incel's
Do you know what I
wet
mean? They're
dream,
no...
man. You will work. I must look at you, but I can't look at you. Get caught looking in your eyes or be anywhere near you, but I want you. It's fucking weird, bro.
I know, man. It's like, we want our fucking people in the waiting room pure lusting over the fucking receptionist. No, you don't. No, you don't. Do you know what I mean? How uncomfortable must that be for said
It's
receptionist?
like, but with their
Do you know
customers
what I mean?
there as
Guy
well,
or woman?
that type of shit's frowned upon, man. They don't just fucking openly PDA like nothing else, you know? So it makes it all the more weirder and oppressive and kind of, you know, this repressed sexual fucking dominant energy kind of thing going on. Hate to sound all cocky white knight, but come on, man. Like,
I know. Last subject I've got for the night is the China debate. You seen what China's done this week? Do you see what they've done this week? Fucking on their war on gaming.
Do explain?
They've put a curfew on under 18s.
Okay, you were saying.
Literally. I don't know how they're going to enforce it, but like, what they going to do is you fucking got to send the police into your house like that. Your internet service provider said that your 12-year-old is still playing Call of Duty at 10 past 10. You're like, 12-year-old playing Call of Duty at 10 past 10. if you're going to enforce that, then the 12-year-old shouldn't be playing COD.
Hey,
Do you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
insane, bro.
it's-
That's probably just some excuse because they're going to be running out the internet.
That's just a made up scenario, and I've just made up off my back there, they know, right? But they've definitely fucking China cranks down on online gaming with a curfew and time limits. Minors have barely enough time for a decent raid, and you really don't. Like Chinese have quite a strict school thing as well. Like Chinese kids don't finish school till like 6 o'clock at night, and they're there for 8 in the morning as well.
Man.
Do you know what I mean? So you're getting home from school, you get like what? You get an hour to get washed and eat dinner. That's 7 o'clock. That gives you 3 hours of gaming. To 10 o'clock when you're getting kicked offline. It's probably getting kicked offline, isn't it? It's probably if you're registered as an under 18s, your account is going to just cut your internet connection at 10 o'clock. That's probably how they're going to do it. But the Chinese government has announced new rules designed to tackle gaming addiction, banning minors from playing online games specifically between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Wow.
Along with the curfew, which will affect all online games being played in China, under 18s will also be restricted to 90 minutes of online gaming during the week. So of that 3 hours that you have spare time for getting home to work, 90 minutes every weeknight, that's all you're allowed of online gaming during the week, while they can indulge for 3 hours per day on the weekends and public holidays. Barely enough time for a raid. Now, that's bang on. Right, I done a raid last night, and my team knows what they're doing, and it took us 3 hours and 20 minutes. Because it wasn't because we were struggling or anything, it's because we were having fun and enjoying ourselves. We were stopping and having a laugh and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Having a game, having fun, and they're only allowed 90 minutes. That 3 hours that you've got time, you're not even allowed that 3 hours. You're only allowed 90 minutes during the week. It's bang out
So what
order,
you're
man.
basically then going to have is a huge problem with kids cutting class to try and hang it. But if you're only rationing out their allowance of internet, then they'll probably stick to games they can play in short bursts, and then going to get black market keys for older fucking accounts.
It's fucking bang out order, because like you're saying that you're going to have kids cutting school. You're not going to have kids cutting school because they're only allowed 90 minutes a day.
That's fucking weird. That is weird.
But it's communism, mate. Do you know what I mean? They want fucking. They want a. That's what it is. So they can only indulge for 3 hours on the weekend and on public holidays. So at least on a Saturday you might have enough time for a raid. There are spending limits too, depending on players' age. 16 to 18-year-olds can spend up to 400 yuan, which is 44 quid per month, while younger players can only shell out up to 200 yuan, which is 22 quid a month. So pretty much if you're under 16, you can't afford a PlayStation, your PlayStation Network or your Xbox Live. You just know that you can't afford it. You might be able to afford it, but you're not allowed to buy it because do you know what I mean?
This is going to fucking totally
6 measures
change the
have been
game,
taken.
man. If that just cancels out half the
6
market
measures.
of gaming and Chinese kids. Sorry.
It literally does. But like you were talking about earlier, when we were talking about it earlier with the Blitzchung, the Chinese market, and that is such a massive fucking market. Do you know what I mean? And like now they're cutting that market down, and it also leads on to the fact that we were talking about earlier as well, like companies buckling to China. Do you know what I mean? Like companies have been buckling to China because they're trying to sell more games than that in China, and now China have done this. Like, well done for backing China up. You're going to back this decision up too? Do you know what I mean? They probably fucking are. There'll probably going to be a lot more games released now that can be fucking played in short.
Where was it? Was it not like Egypt was trying to ban Fortnite and PUBG and shit?
I don't know, but a lot of countries tried all that.
That shit's like unenforceable in that sense, right? But this, like you're saying, how are they going to implement this? Is there not already like point system bullshit in place in China? There's infrastructure being built for this type of shit.
Stubbs has picked up on that a wee bit. He says they all play PC in China anyway because consoles were illegal up until like last year.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So China's always had a problem with online gaming. Online gaming can graft single player fuck off, I have RPG games, 1 game a month. I know, it's like that fucking pricing, and you're only allowed to spend X amount a month on gaming as well. It's like, there's some kids addicted to gaming, but no, everybody's addicted to gaming. Surely we should be looking at like support groups for these kids that have gaming addiction. Do you know what I mean?
Mentality and education on how to lead a full productive life. Let's spend all our money and resources on policing people's ability to do something they enjoy, and that should be their like fucking tap. Let's be honest. Internet at this point is pretty much a fucking resource for the first world anyway. So that is absolutely insane that they're going to try and do this. They're probably going to succeed, but who's going to want to fucking live in that?
So I'll read a wee bit more of the article as well. 6 measures have been taken, including curfew, time limits, and spending caps. One is stricter rules for real name registration, which currently uses mobile phones, where kids can just use their parents' phone to register an account. The new rules will require players to provide valid identity information if they want to register.
Yeah.
Game companies will need to supervise their players more. Two companies that don't meet the new requirements will be given a time limit to make changes, possibly leading to licenses being revoked if they don't comply. There's another one. The companies have been complying to Chinese governments, and now the Chinese government's be like, right, okay, they're complying to our shit softly. Let's see if they'll comply under a wee bit more hard circumstances.
Keep pushing.
You keep pushing. The government will always be looking into creating a new age rating system, which will also training players and teachers to work with their kids on the online habits. A representative from State Press and Publication Administration told state-run news agency Xinhua, I think that's pronounced, that online gaming satisfied the people's need for leisure and is capable of enhancing the people's spiritual and cultural life, which is totally true. But claimed that it causes issues that affected the physical and mental health and normal learning and life of minors. Not really true. Like, my wee brother always seemed smarter than me until I realised he was just really good at fucking using Google. It had only just come out. Do you know what I mean? I was like, how do you know everything? Fuck, how you get an answer to everything, you wee prick? And then I noticed him checking his phone, man. I'm like, you're fucking using Google. I need to start using fucking Google.
I mean,
do you know what I mean?
So, because we're going to get a huge boom in like LAN parties over there and fucking, you know what I mean? Offline games, RPGs,
if you're not allowed on the internet,
folk will just go switch to that.
I think that's going to be a lot harder to police. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll be able to police like PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, stuff like this. There'll be anything that requires an online connection for you to sign in. They're going to be able to police. But see, if you're wanting to sit and play fucking Super Mario fucking Bros on your NES, I don't think they're going to be able to police that, far less fucking with a fucking camera in your room or fucking...
There's a huge gap in the market in China right now for huge LAN parties or big arcades.
LAN parties and offline games that don't require internet connections to play could actually be quite good.
That's it.
We bit of a return to the good old days of gaming, where it wasn't just centred on about complete online play.
It's bang.
Oh man, those were the days. Where's Truss? I think he's still playing Metal Gear. Fucking playing Metal Gear, fuck
I've
off.
got fucking 4 N64 remotes. Let's play Rogue Squadron.
One for each limb, one in my foot, each foot. Playing N64.
Fucking Mario Party, man. Let's go.
So a representative from the State Press and Publication Administration told that's what we just read. This is far from the first time China has clamped down on people's gaming habits. Online games have even been blamed for making children short-sighted, and China's attempt to curb the amount of time people spend on online games through various systems in 2016. Regulations were proposed to broadly protect minors online, covering a lot of the same things as the new rules. Now, protect minors online, I don't see a problem with that, right? Protecting minors online, that's a good thing. The following year, state-run media attacked Tencent's Honour of Kings, that must be a game, pressuring the publisher into restricting the amount of time minors could play and introducing a real name registration programme. Thanks, BBC. BBC? Are they talking British BBC? This didn't stop it from becoming the highest grossing mobile game of 2018, according to an analyst at Sensor Tower. So that game launched with pretty much the 90-minute time limit and stuff like that, and it still did well. A similar law exists in South Korea, though the shutdown law was scaled back in 2017, leaving it up to parents. It's still a bit more complicated than getting permission to play Destiny 2 from your mum, however, as parents need to apply for permits to allow their kids to play games after midnight. Now, after kids playing games after midnight up to 16, I don't see a problem with, right? If you're fucking 16, that means you're still at school. Get to bed before fucking midnight, you wee dick. Right? Do you know what I mean? I don't see a problem with that. But to see the 10 p.m. thing in China, you know,
there's going to be a huge black market for you to play games. So gives you internet rations.
Gives you internet rations, gives a shot of your fucking account for 90 minutes.
That fucking, like that Justin Timberlake movie with the watches and the time and something.
Oh, that's called In Time, isn't it? I believe that the premise of the movie is when you work, you don't get paid money, you get paid time, and it gets added to your clock, and you're basically immortal as long as you can add time to your clock. And but if your time runs out, you just flop down like a fucking used.
And there's like a black market for mere time.
Do you know what I mean? I'm off to watch my balls. Catch you later, lads. See you later, Stubbsy boy. We're just finishing up anyway, aren't we? Aye, because it's 10 past 10. We actually made it 10 minutes past the thing, and that was our last subject anyway. So thank you for Captain Privilege of our sister podcast and sister channel, The Fault Chronicles, and these unmonetizables. That's that side jar. But aye, cheers for joining us this week.
Anytime, bro.
You don't have to just come when it's just me and you. You can come and be on with me and the Viper as well. Just let us know.
It's been an honour and a privilege, and it's all been yours.
But aye, like we were talking about at the start of the podcast, the Chaos Monkey is doing a live stream raising money for Volunteer Glasgow, which we were talking about at the very start of the podcast. It's a volunteer agency in Glasgow that helps does befriending young people for kids with learning disabilities and like kids who have maybe been bullied at school or kids with confidence problems and stuff like that. And then you've got like people doing elderly visits, volunteering of all shapes and sizes, man. It's a really good thing. But we're going to go and see Chaos Monkey. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Captain Privilege, and we'll see you all next time, guys.
Peace out.
Good night. Come on, PC. Do it. Keys outro. Yeah, we'll build this network on Scots with soul. We'll build this network, Scots and soul. Build this network on Scots with soul.